All right, guys, I got a good one for you. It's called You Gotta Be Kidding Me. So the Trump shooter YOLO'd puts? What the heck? All right, so here's the story. Supposedly 120,000 puts were purchased by a registered investment advisor. It's actually based out of Austin. The puts were purchased on DJT, which is the Trump-related SPAC. The theory is they bought these puts, or somebody bought these puts, thinking Trump was going to, something bad was going to happen to him, and the SPAC's price would go down, and then they could, cash in, make a lot of money. Of course, when I heard it, I figured it was BS. Because, and the reason I figured that is because when in the financial markets, we have tools called time and sells. So something like that gets noticed on many different levels. The other thing is the company is saying it was a clerical error. Okay, well, yeah. A lot of people are saying it sounds suspicious. True. Okay, yeah, it sounds suspicious. Well, anyone that's been in the option business for no more than 5 minutes knows the clerical people can never keep the multiplier straight. They always think that you gave them the price before the multiplier, and so they put the multiplier on, or it happens on the Defiant site. There's been one time it was messed up because the website people don't understand that one contract equals 100 shares. They're supposed to, but they don't. Okay, so the excuse is plausible, but the big problem is a lot of people follow the inside trades of DJT. What about, why didn't Seeking Alpha caught it? Maybe they're in on it too. What about Unusual Wells or none of the other dozen services? What about people like me that don't even do that, but just do this? I go to bar chart every day because I'm looking for covered calls and stuff to also for content to talk about. But these are the best covered calls to sell. This is the unusual stock options activity. Something like that. See, this is 113,000 NVIDIA calls. Well, yeah, that damn sure showed up on the screener, just like 120 would have shown up on the screener. There have been 58 stories on YouTube about it when it happened in real time. You can't hide this kind of paper. So in any event, that's how we know it's BS. So, but there's other ways we know. Let's look at this way. So here is Unusual Wells. Okay, and I always tell my friends, usually what you're hearing on the internet, whatever it is, what kind of the story is, the talking points is on the internet. Usually when you find out what the truth is, it's usually exactly the opposite. So the talking points are, well, somebody loaded up pre the rally the other day. Somebody was loading up on shorts or puts or whatever. So I looked just to make sure it wasn't happening in stock. And so Unusual Wells covers all this kind of stuff. And so sure enough, what happened is people loaded up on puts, after the event. A bunch of sickos tried to short afterwards. What was happening, like I say, in real life, the opposite, usually the truth. In real life, people were shorting the shit out of DJT. And when did they stop? Well, right around the time of the debate. What happened? Well, we found out that Biden had a hard time putting a sentence together. Okay, and a lot of people saw the writing on the wall then. I said in my last video, he's done. I wouldn't be surprised if he's announced. He's done. He's done. Okay, he's done. So, but people don't know yet. But anyway, but then, of course, people started covering because they're like, oh, my gosh, Biden's not going to be able to win. So people didn't want to be short Trump going into his price blowing up. Okay, but then, like I say, there was a huge amount of short interest afterwards. So for whatever reason. All right. Like I say, the truth's opposite. The truth they want you to believe it's just the opposite. I mean, how many services are there that cover dark pool trades and none of them caught it? Maybe they're all paid off. I mean, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. It's hard to hide 120,000 contracts. Okay, there's a short interest. And, this is the open interest per strike. The other thing is people that trade this, like I say, within minutes in the comments, people that trade this were going, well, there's not that much open interest at any strike. There's not that much open interest at all the strikes. And I was just trying to show that there's not that much open interest at probably all the strikes together. I didn't bother to add it up. There might be, but just barely. All right, so what do we learn today? This is the way the pay-per-click economy works. And I have a YouTube channel, so I'm part of the pay-per-click economy. And it is tempting to make stuff that try to make it go viral. I get it. Because the more outlandish and often untrue stuff is the stuff that gets shared and goes viral. This was credibly debunked by traders within the comments within a few minutes, but those replies never get shared. Just the replies that say, just asking questions, it looks great, something looks suspicious. So it's a sign of the times, I guess, but the economy rewards craziness. That's the way the pay-per-click economy works. So we get what we pay for, right? All right. But yeah, just think how crazy the thing was. If somebody would have had some like real knowledge about some kind of deep state, something or another, well, the judge in the Trump case just dropped the charges. If somebody that works in her office or something knew about that, that's the time to buy Trump. You wanted to buy Trump 2 weeks ago before any of this happened. I get it that people hate Biden. I'm not a fan of Biden. But let's talk about his policies that we don't like. And then we're going to plan on changing when Trump gets into office. Let's talk about the border, that he screwed up, or let's talk about, whatever. But I just like to focus on policies and without trying to say, hey, the other guy's trying to hurt us without foundation. Like I said, if this had really happened, yes, it would have been a hell of a story. I'm not saying if it had really happened. Someone has evidence of it, be sure to share it with me in the comments. But so far, what I've seen is it's BS. It's paid for clicks. That's the way it works. It's the way it works, guys. All right. Well, anyway, I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I hope this wasn't too political. I'm not trying to say anything about either side. I'm kind of a man without a country this year. Anyway, I've kind of explained, I'm kind of like a Ron Paul kind of libertarian leaning type person, but anyway. All right, guys. But yeah, I'm kind of a man without a country. So I'm not saying anything good or bad about one side or the other. I just wanted to make some comments. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you. Talk to you later.